Trinona YFSG. Today we're learning this week's poem for Thursday, The Polar Bear. And polar bears, boys and girls, as you know, are Arctic animals. They live up in the Arctic Circle, up in the Northern Hemisphere, and they are fierce predators altogether. They love filling their bellies with lots of fish, and if they can get it, even a bigger thing than a fish, and that's a seal. And that's just the food cycle or the food chain, the chain of life within the Arctic, boys and girls, that all the smaller creatures eat, that are getting ate by the bigger creatures, and then the next biggest creature eats the next biggest creature, and so on. And that's the food chain, and that's the way it goes. So we're asking the polar bear two questions in our poem. Polar bear, where will you sleep? And he will answer, I will sleep in my cave until I'm ready to eat. So he stays in when he's had enough, and he has a big meal, he stays inside and lets that all work through before he eats again. So let's ask him that question in verse 1 again. Polar bear, where will you sleep? Yes, and he says, I will sleep in my cave until I'm ready to eat. And then we're going to ask him, eat? What do you eat? What will you eat? Polar bear, what will you eat? I will eat a big seal for my morning treat. So he's going to go off fishing and looking over the ice caps, and sometimes he uses powerful claws at a little blowhole that may have appeared on the ice, or sometimes he pounds it so hard with his big powerful paws and legs, boys and girls, and he cracks through the ice and stands and waits until an innocent little seal comes along, and then he snatches it up with his powerful claws and eats it up for his morning treat. So practice that all together. Polar bear, where will you sleep? I will sleep in my cave until I'm ready to eat. Polar bear, what will you eat? I will eat a big seal for my morning treat. So have a go at that now Thursday and say it confidently, standing up, smiling and telling mum and dad this is what you know and that you've learnt all the words of your little poem. Thank you.